Thank you, Karen. That was awfully very glowing introduction. I think all that means is I've been doing this a long time and I'm really old. So, Karen asked me, I would like to, let me find a spot where this works. There we go. I'd like to introduce Jeff Burley, who is my right-hand person, and he's riding Magic Mike today, so he's going to be demonstrating for you all. So the pattern we're going to be talking about today is the level 3 amateur prelims, obviously the level 2 amateur finals, which show tomorrow, and then I believe this is also the level 1 stakes. For all of you that are here for the select, we're going to be talking about that too. We're not setting it, but there's some things on your select pattern that we're going to talk about as well, so we will address that. All right, speaking about Ranch Trail, I had a long visit with Karen yesterday, and some things that we want to kind of emphasize, that the judges are emphasizing. We want to navigate these patterns efficiently, wisely, and safely, okay? So things we'll talk about while we talk about the pattern. Things are not a race. These are more about steering tests and transitions and willingly guided. So those are the things we want to keep in mind. So addressing this pattern specifically, I'll kind of talk through all the obstacles, and then we'll let Jeff run through it, and then we'll talk some more. So our first obstacle is the walkovers. So the way it's set up, and we took a picture of this because we're going to try to duplicate it tomorrow for your show pen. You have lots of options. You must ride over 3 poles. So they've kind of set up a little chute there where you can start, but you don't have to. All you have to do is ride over 3 poles. You can ride over 4 poles, you can ride over 5 poles. That's kind of your option, how you best want to navigate it to show the abilities of your horse to acknowledge the obstacle and pick its way through it. After you clear the walkover obstacle, then we're going to pick up our left lead lope. Pick up a nice organized lope. Your transition will be part of the acknowledgement of the obstacle, and then we're going to move into an extended lope. And what I would like to emphasize here, this is not a run, okay? Nowhere on a ranch would you run wide open to a pole and not knowing what could potentially be on the other side. What the judges are looking for here is the lengthening of a stride. They want to know that you acknowledge you can lengthen the stride and reach over it with a little bit length of stride, but again, it is not a run. After you cross that pole in your left lead, I think you lope down at least past that log, and then on the pattern it says that you may collect. You don't have to. If you and your horse can execute a accurate transition from a little lengthened lope and right into your trot, do that. If you feel the need to collect for a stride or two, you can do that too. There's not going to be a notation or any counting down for collection. Might be a little higher degree of difficulty to go from a lengthened lope right to a trot, but that is really up to you to best showcase your horse's ability and meet that transition efficiently. Then after you get your trot, you're going to come through the 2 gray rocks on the top, little bit of a left turn over the natural pole between the 2 stumps, and then over through the 2 gray rocks again. And then you're going to come out here on this side of these bushes, and you're going to pick up your right lead. And I think you need to do that pretty promptly after you clear the 2 rocks, because we want to be able to judge that right lead. Right lead around, up to your drag. Drag is a right hand. Pick it up with your right hand, drag it around, drop it with your right hand. Pick up your extended trot, navigate your way through the trees. Posting versus standing, personal preference, okay? No one's going to notate whether you posted or you stood for your extended trot. What they are wanting to see there is the ability of you and your horse to steer, to be willingly guided, to navigate around through there. Their body bends, they follow their nose. Those are the kinds of things we want to see at an extended trot. After you clear this last bush here, extended trot, at least by the windmill, you should break to a walk. Show your walk, walk up. I think in order to have a credit earning maneuver, you should walk a little bit past that a bale of straw so you can execute a little bit of a back before you start to navigate the turn and get between your straw bales. back, come to the left, back around here, walk to your gate. Gate is a left-hand gate, push or pull, whatever is your choice. Then on the pattern it shows you walking to the side pass. It might potentially be set up a little differently tomorrow when you show that you can go directly from your gate position to your side pass position. That I think is TBD yet. The walk is not really judged. What we want you to do is finish the gate efficiently, and then we want you to get your horse in a position at a walk to execute your side pass efficiently. Now, when I said the walk is not being judged, that doesn't mean that you can trot up there or bolt, or your horse should bolt through there, or you ask him to move forward and he gets above your hand or is disobedient. If that occurs, then there probably would be some marking down in the maneuver. But the walk, while it's not judged, it's getting from the gate to the side pass to be efficiently executed. After your side pass, you're going to turn and walk over your bridge, between the yucca plants, over your bridge. Once you clear the bridge, your pattern is complete. So let's go ahead and have Jeff give it a run through, and we will then see if we have any questions, and we might ask him to do it another time and take some different paths through the walk. So Jeff, when you're ready, let's see what you got. Okay, excellent. So why don't we go through here and show a couple different paths of the walk that anybody could have an option to execute. Some things that I think he did that I liked from a credit earning position. He stayed kind of equidistant off his straw bales when he backed. You know, he didn't start way wide on one side and then hug it on the other side. Those are kind of subconscious things as judges we somewhat pay attention to. It's not something that we mark on our scorecard, but it just goes to a little better execution of your pattern. Again, efficient, wisely, and safely. So go ahead, pick a path through there if you can find a path with maybe 5 logs through that walkthrough. Now see, that was more logs and a little more careful, but I kind of like that because it showed the horse was acknowledging it and there was some acknowledgement on the horse's part. So how you execute that is completely up to you. Again, we want it to be efficient and safe, so that leaves a little bit of room for you as a horseman and a showman to dictate what you want to do with your horse. I thought his placement was very nice, executed transitions well. I liked the extended trot as far as he stayed equidistant off of his plants, showed that the horse guided. Those are the kinds of things that I think our judges are going to be rewarding and that you would like to execute and show. Do we have any questions? Yes, ma'am. Say again. No, you don't have to use the chute. You can come in this way and out that way. You know, that again gives you some options here to showcase your horse. So no, you do not have to start in the chute as long as you start and ride over 3 poles. Yep, you could come in on this side. You could come here and kind of do a straight shot and go over 4 poles. Like come in this one. Minus hitting it would be nice. Yeah, you can do that. Any option that you want. So that's kind of a fun, in a way, kind of a fun thing for you to have some options through there. The rest of it, I don't know that you have many options, so that's kind of fun to have some different path to pick through. After that, then we're kind of judging it all. Everybody's going to be doing the same thing, so this gives you an opportunity to showcase a little bit what your horse can do, what you can do. After that, I think it's kind of a fun pattern. I don't think there's any tricks. I think it's a great pattern to be able to showcase you and your horse's abilities to communicate, how broke your horses are, your transitions, those kinds of things. So again, navigate it efficiently, wisely, and safely. Show an extension here, nice extended trot. I think we want to emphasize, again, Karen said, you know, these are more steering exercises and to showcase your horses are willingly guided with some extension, but we're not looking for all-out run. We're not a wide open extended trot, just nice, as a horseman recognizing lengthening of stride, extended trot, those kinds of things. Tomorrow, when you all show, walking through the pattern is not, we don't have a time for that, but 7:30 tomorrow morning, Scott Newman will be in the arena and he will walk the course. So at that point, we can ask any questions, we can watch him walk through it, and we can ask any questions at that point in time. We took a picture of this, so it's going to be set up pretty much that same way. So when you get to practice today, tomorrow when you come into the ring, it's going to be very, very similar, if not exactly the same. So you'll have some experience with your options and not have to just completely wing it tomorrow. So that, I like that. We had double straw bales over here, but we felt they were too high, so we're going to have the same configuration for your side pass tomorrow, so you get to practice it today. So that will be exactly the same. So we're not trying to spring anything new on you tomorrow when you show. I believe this will be set up from now till 8 o'clock tonight. So there'll be lots of opportunity to practice and you know, get used to it, get your horses familiar with it. So do I have any other questions on the pattern today? Stacy. The side pass can be either way. Yes, can be left or right. Yes. Yes, ma'am. You know what, that's a good question. Let me, is Karen still here? Karen left. Her question was if the select finals pattern will be set up like this, so they'll have the opportunity to practice it and then walk through it the morning of we show. Okay, so yes, so the select pattern will be set up out here just like this. I don't think they have a ride the pattern scheduled, so that's why if we don't have any more questions on this, then I'm going to transition over to the select pattern and talk a little bit about that. So in the select pattern, you walk, I don't know how many of you have it, but if I'm going to kind of read it off here. So your first obstacle is you start at a walk and you side pass between the bales. So I'm going to guess that your side pass bale obstacle is going to be very similar to the one that's set up here. Again, you can go left or right. It's not, there's no right or wrong way, so that is your option. And after you side pass the bales, then you're going to do an extended trot serpentine. And again, it's not necessarily a race, it's more of a steering exercise. Now on your pattern, after the extended trot, it says lope right lead. Typically, she always has on the patterns that you may collect before your lope. It's not written on this one, but that is indeed the case. If you're extending the trot, you can collect a little bit, sit, get your horse balanced before you depart into that right lead lope. You don't have to. Again, that's not a maneuver that's going to be scored. That's more of a horsemanship decision that you make based on you and your horse. So you may collect, pick up a right lead, you're going to lope over the log, and you're going to go around the chuck wagon. The chuck wagon will be set up somewhere. I don't know if it'll be out here. What Karen told me is the chuck wagon will be in the arena. I believe that there is a designated time for ranch trail practice. It won't have the pattern set up, but the chuck wagon will be in the arena during the ranch trail practice. So you won't have this set up, but you'll be able to ride around the chuck wagon. I think it's 2 or 3 hours, maybe the night before you show. So that chuck wagon will be in the OG&E arena during that opportunity, during that time. So around the chuck wagon, change leads. Simple or flying, doesn't make any difference. Well executed simple probably might be better than a poorly executed flying lead change. Again, that's a decision that you'll make as a horseman and what you and your horse can accomplish. After the lead change, you're going to do an extended lope. Now you're in the left lead, an extended lope around the camp, the tent camp, and over the log. Again, like we talked about here, it's not a run. We're not running wide open. We want to see you acknowledge and have a lengthening of stride and meeting that pole efficiently and safely. Around the camp, and then again, you may collect before you break to a walk. Briefly collect, then you're going to walk, and you're going to walk to the drag. Now on the pattern that you have, it shows the drag picking it up on the left. That will not be the case. You'll pick it up on the right, so you'll come up to it. It'll be on your right-hand side, and you'll just drag in a circle to the left. You won't go around the stump, I don't know what you call it, wherever you pick it up. So you'll pick it up, go around to the left, and drop it back here. So you won't be dragging it around anything. So you don't have to flip the rope over your horse's head or anything like that. She just said that when it was drawn, sometimes they can't get things in the right place. So that will not, it's not trying to trick anybody by any means. Drag at the walk or trot. Put your rope back up, trot serpentine. And this looks like it's going to be a little tighter, so it's going to be a working trot. And again, this is a steering exercise to see how your horses yield, how their body bends, follow their nose. Those are the types of things that we would like to see in your horses on the ranch trail. Break to a walk, and then we're going to have 2 gaits. First one's probably a left-hand gait, the second one's a right-hand gait. Efficiently, safely get through there. Left-hand gate, walk up, right-hand gate, walk out. Then you're going to walk over the bridge, and then you're going to curve around to the left and walk over your four poles. So over the bridge, curve around, walk over 4 poles, 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk to your back through. So there'll be 3, 3, and 3 bushes. And then you're going to execute a back in a U-turn. It doesn't make any difference whether you back around to the left or you back around to the right. That is a decision you'll make based on which way your horse goes more efficiently and more promptly. After you finish your back, you're going to probably do a 90-degree turn. If you back, 90-degree turn, walk out. You must show the walk, okay? They want to see you finish your back up, and they want to see you walk 2 or 3 steps. Pattern's complete, okay? So you have an option there, an option on your simple versus flying lead change, and really an option on your side pass at the beginning, left or right. Those are kind of your only options. So that's your select pattern. I think I talked about, I talked about the chuck wagon. Okay, any questions? Oh, yes. Oh. Yes.
Left-hand gate and right-hand gate, are they push?
Yeah, left-hand gate versus right-hand gate, they're either one, push or pull, whatever you want to do. That's completely up to you. Yep, that's your question as well. Yep, left-hand versus left-hand gate, right-hand gate, push or pull.
Just to reiterate, they are going to set the select course up like on Wednesday?
Yes, the select course will be set up in here on Wednesday because I think you guys show on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a walkthrough?
And then they'll have a walkthrough again, before you show. I'm not sure if it's the first class of the day, but once they get it set up, Scott will be out there and we'll walk through it and can answer any questions that you guys have. Okay? All right, well, I'm going to turn this over to you guys. It's open now, I think, to practice on for 8.5 hours. Don't overdo it. Thank you.